Buckle up, you bastards. You're about to listen to another episode of Very Late with Blackbrainz and Sadgodzuki. Get ready for uninformed opinions about video games, hood politics, and rambling tangents.
And we back. Young Zuki, why you trapping so hard? What's good? What are you saying?
I'm saying stuff in words.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear, man. What you been up to?
Just playing Street Fighter 6 and just working.
Okay. Who are you labbing in SF6?
Honestly, Dalcine.
You're tired of losing. I see. You're working the angles now. Man, I have no place to speak. I'm playing Honda, so I'm a villain. I've traded Ken for pure villainy.
Damn.
Yeah, man, that EX torpedo second one of the match, EX torpedo, nothing. Beautiful thing. But what?
Nah, just he said, "Do you know how to play it? Let me do a check. Do you know how to stop the EX head button? All right. This is gonna be the rest of the match. Just keep the EX head button."
Yeah, so it begins. But that's neither here nor there. This is a very special episode. We have a guest, and we're gonna be doing something rather unorthodox. So we'd like to welcome Marshall Nerd. Marshall, you there, man? We're having a bit of a chat, and we were just catching up. What have you been up to, man?
Yeah, it has been a minute. I largely have just been traveling a lot lately because we're entering peak Renaissance Fair season, and so I've been going to those.
Yeah.
And even before that, I went to some anime conventions, and even before that, I was just kind of road trip, like just going to see where I wind up, just because I like traveling and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah, man. No, that's cool that, like, your work and everything affords you the time to do some extra fun stuff, so... Yeah, so, like, we'll talk briefly about our history, because I was briefly introducing you to Zuki and vice versa. So, I met... I get giggly just even thinking about it. I met Marshall Nerd through his coverage of the downfall of Dillin Thomas. At first, I was a fan of his videos, and then we came to talking to one another and just shooting the shit. And then I reached out about being on the infamous Dillin Thomas disc tape that I had made.
The DTEP.
The DTEP. Yeah, the Hey Guys Dillin EP.
Yeah. I'll be honest. You had a different screen name at the time on Discord, so I didn't even know it was you I was talking to this whole time. And so when you like reached out about this fucking the EP, I was like, sure, why not? Like, whatever. And so I agreed to it without even knowing who you were.
And
like,
man, that's good. That you like clearly went, oh yeah, this is like that dude who hangs out with Rogue Internet Man. Okay.
yeah. I was like, oh shit, it was this guy this whole time? That's fucking hilarious.
Man, when I was working on that tape, I remember talking to Rogue about it because I had sampled him for a couple of tracks, and he goes like, "You are an exceptional type of petty brains," and I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm about this rap shit. This is actually quite soft for hip hop." Hip hop. This is getting to like people's like infidelity and like mistakes they made in childhood and past professions, who they had sex with. I went easy on Dilly. It could have got a whole lot worse.
The Dillin Thomas stuff was just weird because like I never knew who that motherfucker was until like that tape and stuff, and I'm like, damn.
I actually have a question, Brainz.
Yeah.
Like what was your stake in Dillin Thomas that made you so like invested that you wanted to make an EP, like a whole album about it?
Oh, I'm just a profoundly upset man. No, I make an EP about, hey, everyone's on site. No, I used to watch his videos quite a bit. As you know, like I'm a very big Sonic fan, and he did a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog coverage in conjunction with his like Chris Chan coverage. And he covered a lot of like eccentric figures in the Sonic community. And Dillin was always a very like boilerplate by the numbers guy and how he made videos. It was like very just the bare minimum of research, no charisma, no humor. Like, just I always had issues with him and with how he did certain things. And then when things compounded with like the collaboration with Rogue, I just saw his decline worse and worse. And then, you know, obviously the stuff with like Merlot and the stuff with him like trying to monetize collaborations with past people, and like it was disappointing because I wouldn't say I was like a fan, but I definitely followed him. And
I understand exactly what you mean with that.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where I was like, wow, okay, this guy is like corny. And then when the stuff like hit the fan with him and Rogue having that extended slap fight, which was stupid on both sides, frankly. And you know, I know Rogue himself has admitted to how silly that entire thing was. But when that happened, I was like, okay, this is funny. You know, like it was more like I just wanted to have a couple of jabs with, you know, getting Merlot to do the cover, me wearing the jacket with him held hostage, getting Dumpsville on board, and getting you, and having the clip of like Medicare talking about Dillin Thomas. Like I wanted it to feel like a hip hop tape, you know, like I was just firing shots at this guy, like the way a rapper would diss another rapper, you know. And I'm not sure if Dillin was ever abreast to that. Like, I don't know if he ever heard it or anything. I don't really care. Frankly,
I mean,
like, that
it came out good, so
yeah, it didn't, right? Like, you know, I'm mixed about how that came out because I have like real rap contacts and do some like actual hip hop work.
And they're like, why the fuck are you making shit about this Sonic guy?
I say it to Zuki all the time. Like, I'm mortified at the idea of like when I go to the studio with like a rapper when I'm on that next level, I'm already working with like some kind of bubbling up names. But like if I was in the studio and some rapper goes like, hey yo man, who the fuck is Rogue Internet Man? And it's like I could just feel my heart sink. I mean, oh no. Like if this fucking rapper with all the chains and shit just turns his phone and I just see a fucking video of like me and Asterisk and Rogue on the set. I'm like, ah! I just pack up all my gear and leave. Oh, all right, I'll see myself out.
Yeah, you don't even gotta tell me.
You can. I got the studio for a couple hours, so that's on me, man. It's all good. But yeah, it was mostly meant to be fun. Like, you know, the shots could have been a lot harder if I was trying to be extremely malicious with it. And I think, you know, the thing that bothered me about that kind of stuff is like I would hear people were fiending for the fucking Dillin Thomas tape when I like privated it, and I was like, yo, I like actually work in hip hop. I don't want people to see this and go
Dillin...
and listen to fucking a track about Dylan's girlfriend or something and go like, wow, I'm not working with this man. That was the size of it. And people were like, oh man, Brainz is afraid of Dylan.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not.
No, I know.
Just the Dillin Part 2 EP, bro.
I had people ask me that shit. Go like, when's Dillin 2 coming out? I'm like,
oh, 30.
Like, nigga, never.
It's gonna work.
Maybe when he becomes interesting again.
Yeah, he'd have to become halfway decent to follow, and like he got so boring and sad that it's not even worth following him out of morbid curiosity. I was like working on a video about him, but like the more I looked into him, I was like, all right, well, everything prior to now has been said about him, and he's just so boring and kind of pathetic now, you know?
Yeah.
I wish he was he was the same weird, desperate Dillin he was previously. But now he's putting on that stupid voice changer and going like, oh, we're gonna talk about a FNAF game.
Oh, he has a voice changer now?
Yeah, he has a second channel where he talks about Five Nights at Freddy's. It's called Shad's Hoodlum, I think it's called. But anytime you bring that up on his regular channel, he will block you. It's very funny.
Which doesn't even make sense. Oh, go on.
I said, this man fell off hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't even make any sense, though, too, because, like, both now his main channel, because he's like, steered totally away from, like, controversy and drama and all that shit, and he's just back to talking about Sonic. So, like, really, all of his Shad's Hoodlum no longer even serves a purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, those videos could go straight up onto his main channel, but if I had to put on my theorist hat, if I had to speculate as to why Shad's Hoodlum is even still a thing, it's probably just, like, to potentially, like, the Dillin Thomas channel is ruined, all right? It's not coming back.
His reputation is pretty much destroyed, yeah.
Yeah, but Shad's Hoodlum may still be on the come-up. You never know.
Okay, I mean, even though the content is not for me, like, the voice changer is just a interest killer. You know, you hear that stupid, like, he sounds like he's in witness protection.
Oh, he has the delocated voice.
He does, yeah. And he's like, so today we're talking about a new FNAF novel that came out. Like, it's fucking weird. It's like, dog, just use your regular voice. Half the people watching this channel do not know who Dillin Thomas is, potentially. Just start fresh. But it looks so bad having the fake voice changer on as well.
I'm fucking dead. This shit's hilarious because, like, but isn't he like 7 years too late to make Five Nights at Freddy's, Lord? That shit's been mine to death.
Yeah, I think he saw like some good views or something, and he just leaned into it whole hog. He was throwing everything at the wall and seeing what stuck, and he got the best return on FNAF videos. And now he exclusively makes FNAF videos on that channel.
Niggas do everything but get a job.
Yeah, it's like, dog, Arby's is hiring.
Fuck.
I mean, we saw the leaks. We know you have the meats. Okay, so Arby's is hiring.
Oh, hold on,
Oh,
who's this? We
shit.
saw leaks.
All right, I saw the leaks. Nah, it's just the fact that he had a account on a very popular app. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh, yeah, the app for young entrepreneurs on the come up.
Yes, people who are on the grind. So okay,
Started from the bottom.
let's get away from Mr. Hart Thomas, please, and just talk a bit more about you, man. Like, beyond the Dillin stuff, like, what got you into making videos and like talking about your fitness journey and stuff that interested you?
So really, like, so when I first started making videos, like years and years and years ago, I remember I was like, I don't know why, but I just wanted to make videos. Like, it was always a passion of mine. And then I remember, like, I'll openly admit, if you go back far enough on my channel, I was making like fucking shitty clickbait, whatever videos for the time. And I don't private any of my videos because I'm like, I don't care if people want to like look back and make fun of me, because like I deserve to be made fun of for how I used to be. Like,
Right.
It's fair game. And I was like, man, where the fuck are people watching my shit? And it's like, honestly, because it sucked. And then what happened was just I remember, you guys know Game Grumps?
Sadly, yes.
Unfortunately.
So Dan said something, and in like an interview or in an episode or whatever, I forget. And the advice from him somewhat rings hollow, as he is somebody who has already made it, but I still thought it was like good advice, which was, don't make videos that other people want to see. Make videos that you want to see, because then at the very least, if nobody watches them, you'll be happy with what you put out there.
Right.
And
okay.
And I was like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like, and that really just struck a chord with me. So that's when I started making videos like documenting fitness and martial arts, because those were the things I was really into.
Yeah.
And then, slowly that also changed into lolcows, and I made lolcow content, and now I'm making more fantasy oriented content. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you didn't choose to pigeonhole yourself to fit into, like, say, the algorithm or something.
No, not at all. I just make videos on things that I'm interested in, and if other people want to watch them, then that's what they're there for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good outlook. It's like the kind of thing I was wrestling with for a bit, just starting this channel, because I like hemmed and hawed even making videos. But then, Zuki pushed me to do some stuff, same with some other people. And I wanted to make videos that were about people who interest me in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And that can, and a lot of it's like music related, because I'm into music, but a lot of it's also like actors, musicians, controversial figures, people who turn to crime, all that stuff. But my big focus was like examining people, and people who create specifically, because that's just something that interests me, right? So, because at first I was like, oh, do I have to do this kind of content or this kind of content to break through, or how do I find something that I could really focus on? And I didn't want to be like a hip hop YouTuber where I cover like hip hop news all the time or something. But you were like covering like DSP and like Chris Chan's exercise regimen, and I think a few others who like, what did they do when they started exercising, and was it actually effective, right? Of course, it was almost always no, but you talked about it in an interesting way where you're like, actually, like, this is what they're doing is bad, but, in theory, if they kept at it, they could probably shed some pounds or gain some muscle. But that's the great thing with lolcows is like when they have the self-improvement bug bites them, they do it for about a week and then they quit entirely. Yeah.
Back on the same shit.
Well, and that's like a lot of times, like I found, like, because I did get like that kind of question was like, how many lol cows like really work out, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you'd be surprised because it's not. It's like how many of them actually like train and shit. Almost none of them.
Right.
But almost all of them either talk about how they used to be buff and what they did at that point in time, or filmed themselves doing like quote incredible feats of strength.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like almost every lol cow has something like that out there. So that's what I was able to do for a little bit. But that series did go on hiatus because right around the time the last episode came out was when I started kind of traveling more hardcore, like really, really like picking myself up, going, and that's where like all my free time went. Is like if I wasn't in the gym or at work, I was on the road.
Right.
And so yeah, I just as a consequence of that, I haven't really had the time to really put actual stuff into videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, I think there's a bit of a misconception with, like, content creation. It's, like, a lot of people just seem to only think of it in the most extreme sense, where you have to make videos constantly and have viewer engagement, and you have to be, like, a channel that routinely uploads or uploads high-quality content quarterly to match the Patreon goals, like, that sort of stuff. When, like, I think of YouTube when I was younger, and a lot of the channels I liked the most, they just uploaded sporadically, but they made content that appealed to me, right? And it was like very sincere content that was made by people who were just treating it like a hobby, which is exactly what it should be, frankly. But with all the monetization, too many people treat it like it's a job.
Yeah.
And like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, no, I definitely agree, because it's like, no, I miss those days of YouTube as well, because back before YouTube was like a job and everybody, because like to a lot of big people, YouTube is a job now, right? And it's like, if it is your job, then you do have to produce that like daily content. But if you're literally uploading a thing every day, outside of a few exceptions, how quality can it be?
It can't really be quality.
Yeah, like, you run into like that quality versus quantity issue. But like, again, like people have become accustomed to expecting their daily dose of their favorite YouTuber. And this has completely shifted like the YouTube landscape, because when you were talking about like the old days of YouTube, yeah, man, I loved it because everything was like a sketch or an animation made out of like pure passion, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But now, because people want daily shit, it's like there's a reason that there was the rise of reaction channels.
Oh, the reply girls back in the day, where you could reply to YouTube videos. They had the reply girls reply to every video, be about stuff that like, it's like, I just looked at this because I think I was looking at like 2007. I was looking at like something dealing with hip hop, and then I saw the reply girl. She didn't even know what the fuck was going on, but she had a real smart video to it. I wish they would bring back the video reply feature, though. I think that feature needs to come back to YouTube.
Yeah, man, we need like unsolicited opinions from like some fucking crack addict from Miami going like, nah, man, fuck Mr. Beast, man. Mr. Beast a bitch, man. If he pull up straight up, I'ma fuck him up.
But it's crazy, cause like if you look at the trend, every website now has to have shorts because of TikTok. Like TikTok just came in, fucked the game up. Yeah. They got shorts on every website. I mean, every websites you wouldn't even expect to have shorts on it now. I was like, damn.
Yo, I can't talk shit. I'm those shorts pay decent money for me now. I can't be like, yeah, fuck shorts, like no other. Like that's why I'm saying like that I'm making decent money out of them, just because we're going back to that daily content shit. When releasing a daily video is fucking hard to do. Releasing daily shorts, not hard at all.
Yeah.
And And so I've been conducting this experiment where I've released one short every day. I'm going to do that for a year just to see what happens. And so far the results have literally only been positive. So I am a full believer. If you want to grow your channel, you got to do shorts.
Damn it! I really didn't want to, but I guess we have to.
We got to now. I guess we gotta make shorts.
You could just hear the apprehension in Zuki's voice, man. It's just like, well, I guess we're making shorts, aren't we? Yeah, but like, just kind of doubling back to that point. It's like I kind of miss that era of YouTube where it could just be like a pretty wholesome little hobby. You could occasionally get a bit of money doing it. Because I've seen so many creators who are like around that like 300K to 500K range who have talked about the pratfalls of like YouTube and, you know, getting monetization and making sure that your video is able to stay up and just all the things you have to do to make money doing YouTube semi-professionally, right?
Everybody talks about that. Like every big YouTuber talks about that, like pretty much publicly now. But it's a fair concern. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, you know, again, just I miss the old days. Which, by the way, Zuki, you brought up responding videos. Do you guys know why that was a feature on YouTube originally?
No.
Oh, good. I'm fun YouTube fun fact.
Educate us.
YouTube was originally conceived as a dating site before it was bought by Google.
Oh, damn.
That's why it originally had messenger functions and video replies, because you were supposed to put up a video being like, hey, this is me looking for such and such, basically like Chris with his attraction sign,
right.
but on an entire website devoted to it.
Or like dating videos back in like the 80s when they did like videotapes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
from,
and
like,
those are always bad. Why did they think that would work?
Well, and then what's funny is nobody got the point of it, because, so, you know, they made the site, the guys who made the site, they were like, okay, well, you know, we don't have any customers, what do we do? So they just uploaded videos of like airplanes taking off. And people were like, oh, this is a video sharing site, and just didn't understand the point of it at all. And that's how we got the YouTube we have now.
Oh man. There's a timeline where YouTube fails as a dating app, and then people never share a video ever again.
Oh. So you telling me that YouTube was made like MySpace versus the whole like seeing people were hot or whatever? I mean, no, Facebook, the whole like rating college girls to YouTube was like a dating app. That's
they wanted it to be that. It never wound up being that, and that's also why like they had the star rating system initially.
Oh damn! So there's because I remember back in the day, you seen something with 5 stars. This shit was good.
Yeah, yeah. Those were initially to rate people.
Damn. That was also back in the era where people were just uploading porn on YouTube. The fucking Wild West of the internet.
Yeah, there was porn on YouTube, fucking whole movies. I remember that's the first time we found out, because you know they made that horrible Dragon Ball Z Evolution.
Yeah.
That I found out, unfortunately, was directed by a black dude. I'm like, dang. But
at least that nigga had the decency to apologize. I remember him being like, I fucked up, man.
Because you know he wasn't invited to the cookout after that shit.
You made every single black person on earth hate him. It's like black people don't play when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, so.
No, but we found out that there was another Dragon Ball Z movie called like Dragon Ball: The Magic Within, where it had the worst English dub I've seen in my life. They called Goku Monkey Boy.
Oh man!
And Piccolo looks like a damn Zora mixed with the creature from the Black Lagoon, and he's blue. And the Dragon Balls look like little pearls, and he eats them and he explodes. It's pretty weird.
I have never heard of this. Wow.
That's like clearly one of those like bootleg. Well, yeah, it was like a Chinese it was either Chinese or Korean. But
well, yeah, but you know, because Dragon Ball is just the story of Wukong anyway.
it is,
just
yeah.
Mhm.
But like, even still, it was just kind of one of those movies where they probably just looked at like the base. You know, they might have looked at like the first 3 episodes of Dragon Ball and some like, you know, media briefing materials or something. And just went like, okay, we get it. All right, Piccolo's the bad guy, Goku's the good guy, Master Roshi's his master. There's a pig. Yeah, we got this.
I love bad movies, dude. I love shit like that. Like,
it came out in '91.
Oh man, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that like Dragon Ball Evolution they didn't try and put Oolong or Puar in there. I'm glad they didn't, but I'm shocked they didn't try. Because they would have tried to sell Puar toys or something. Or
That's great.
On that topic, Marshall, like, are there any like anime or anything like that that you fuck with? Like, what are some of your favorite anime? What are some of your favorite video games? Put you in the hot seat.
So, anime wise, well, not anime, but manga wise, Berserk definitely near the top for me. I even have like the
I remember seeing that. It's on your PFP, I think.
Yeah. So I heavily fuck with Berserk. I also love Vinland Saga.
I figured that. I was gonna ask that next. Is that Berserk? You said martial nerd. Of course, it's gonna be Vinland Saga. What about Vagabond?
Vagabond, I have no experience with. I've heard it's like one of the 3 great seinen, but I have not really had a chance to check it out yet personally. Have you guys do you guys know anything about it? Like, is it worth it?
Yeah,
to check out?
I haven't read much of Vagabond, but what I read was incredible.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
All right, I'll have to check it out then.
It's about a man's journey of trying to become the strongest under the sun.
Relatable.
That's basically just your life story. I was gonna say like Lone Wolf and Cub's another very good one. If you check that out too, it's another like interesting samurai seinen manga.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I also fuck like heavily with Code Geass. I love that one a lot. That's a
oh hell yeah, man. Okay, dope. I like Code Geass a lot too. Even though it fell apart, but I still like it.
I was gonna say I like the idea of Code Geass.
That first season slaps. That first season's very good.
I agree.
R2 is just a bunch of like clown circus music playing.
Yeah,
oh man, it's tragic because like that first half of Code Geass is incredible, and the second half is like it has moments for sure, but you're like, wow, the decline.
I will say I was just happy that it had an ending because for the longest time I didn't know that Code Geass had a second season. So like, you know how season 1 ends.
Yeah, on that big cliffhanger,
Yeah, so I was just like, what the fuck? And I just assumed that was the ending.
Yeah.
So like to see like a definitive ending, I was kind of like, well, at least I got to see that.
I never kept up with like the OVAs or all the side story stuff too.
They're not good. None of them are good.
Okay. I do remember like the internet cracking up at that one like chick who looked exactly like Lelouch, but with
oh yeah. No, I had a friend who owned them all on DVDs. We sat down, he made me watch them all, and I was just like, wow, that was not good.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was horrible.
Like, well, that was I think it was like Sunrise did the scenario and Clamp did the designs. I was gonna say though that like the Clamp batting average is pretty hilarious. If it was like a baseball score, you'd be like, wow, this guy has one arm.
Damn.
But he occasionally hits like 2 homers in a game.
Whoa.
You know, so like it equals out. But But yeah, Code Geass is it's a pretty great anime, but extremely flawed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But onto the topic of video games, you guys were talking about Street Fighter 6 recently, and that is also where a lot of my time has been going to as of late.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
Finally,
you play Street Fighter?
someone on this podcast who doesn't play idiot fighters. All of our other guests play Smash or like Guilty Gear Strive. Finally, someone who plays a real game. Don't say you play Smash, please, for the love of God.
No, I had friends who, when they were in college at the time, they played a lot of Smash, and I hate it now because it was like every Friday night. It's like, what do we want to do? It's like play Smash, and I'm like, I don't even play Smash, bro. So for me, this is just watching you play Smash.
Yeah,
I got you.
I can't lie. Smash is not a very entertaining game to watch. Like, it's not a very good spectator fighter.
No, I agree.
No, Smash is made to pick the ones who will lead us out of the Matrix Revolution.
Yeah, we made one of our recent guests feel very bad for enjoying Smash. And the worst part, he's such a nice, sweet person. But we pulled zero punches because Zuki and I are both like old school fighting game fans. So we were like, ah!
Are you guys into Tekken at all?
I wouldn't say into. Like, I enjoy playing Tekken, but I'm not good at it.
I played. I'm not good at Tekken, but I played.
I got, because that Tekken's like my main one. Like I grew up playing Tekken like since I was like 4 years old, and my dad had a PS1.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah,
yeah.
Nice. What's your favorite Tekken? Like, out of all fucking 9 of them, if you count the tags. Yeah.
I had the most fun personally with 5.
Ooh.
That's the one I really played the shit out of on my fucking PS2. That's the one that I really went in on.
Did you ever play Dark Resurrection on the PS3?
What's that?
Oh, it was like an enhanced version of 5. Yeah,
enhanced 5.
No.
Oh man, you missed out.
I did.
Yeah, it was on PS3 and PSP. It's very good.
Then Tekken 6, where it all went wrong, because Lars is the greatest character known to man.
I
I agree. Like that, Tekken 6 is like where Tekken started kind of doing this this thing where it cared more about the spectacle than literally anything else. I really liked Tekken Tag 2 though. That one was good.
Yeah, Tekken Tag 2 is a lot of fun because it doesn't have all the.
A lot of Tekken Tag 2.
Oh man, yeah, that game is really good. That's like a rare case of like. Well, Tekken Tag is such a great game, but like I'd say Tekken Tag 2 might even be better.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, no, so I'm really into Tekken. Although I will say, you guys were talking about Street Fighter and stuff. Like, I do play it, but I largely with this new one, I'm mainly just doing that story mode. That fucking
World Tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
What control scheme are you using?
The bitch one. I won't lie.
Nah. We gotta get you right, man.
We gotta get you right. Yeah, share your code. Share your code later. we gotta help this man, Zuki.
No.
Anytime someone says modern controls to us or they don't play Street Fighter, like Zuki and I straight up treat them like we gotta take them to like the soup kitchen. It's like, like this man needs assistance. It's like, here's $500. Get yourself right, man. We gotta get you a razor. Shave.
But I'm happy with my homeless life.
No, you are not.
You can be homeless and play Ryu.
Yeah.
But you gotta play classic Ryu. You can't play modern Ryu.
Yeah, look, Ryu's homeless too, and he wouldn't use modern controls.
He can barely use a cell phone if you play that story mode. He texts like a boomer. This shit's hilarious.
I haven't gotten that far in it because like I have been enjoying the act of literally just running around and
Being
challenging. Yeah, like we need an IRL Metro City where you can just go up to somebody.
Just like start throwing hands with a hot dog vendor.
Yeah.
We do. It's called any major big city ever. Like, I mean, granted, you might get shot.
That's the most American perspective ever. If I ran up to someone and punched someone in the head, I'd probably be on Canadian news. I can't lie. They would have my mugshot up and go like a one-eyed man assaults a person in downtown Toronto. He screamed, "Block this bitch!" before hitting him with a wild haymaker. Yeah, it's like Canada is so different that like they straight up would report a fight on like the nightly news.
Oh man, I miss the I'm gonna sound like such a fucking boomer right now because like I miss the good old days when I was in school. The teachers didn't break up fights until there was a winner. We need to bring back that society.
No, we don't, because like let's be real, these kids don't squabble no more. Like you get into a squabble at school, that might be the last squabble you ever have. It wasn't no let's fight it out and walk away with it. Now it's like it escalates to someone getting killed over some stupid shit. Because like let's be real, in high school, like what was it really worth doing any of this shit over? Because like no one wants to be at school. The best part about high school is when you graduate, you don't have to go back to that shit again.
Actually,
think about it. You wake up at 6 a.m. You at that bitch for like 7 hours. You don't get paid.
That is some bullshit.
And they training your ass for their job. They give you 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch.
Like we gotta get this man acclimated to this horrible life he's going to live later. But enough talk, enough bullshit. We've got Spies to watch. Okay, last question, Marshall. Okay. Marshall, who's your favorite spy of the three?
Definitely Sam.
A man of culture. A man of culture. I'm also Team Sam. Oh, Zuki's mad. Zuki's mad. Sam.
You telling me you got Clover and Alex over there, and you fucking pick Sam?
Yo, Sam's got an actual brain in her head, man. Like women who can think, that's fucking sexy.
Ain't nobody trying to get a bitch to read a book. I'm trying to get with Alex or Clover.
You're hiding your real answer. You're hiding your real answer.
Actually, it's Mandy.
It's Mandy for this nigga. So disregard everything he said. Mandy is his pick.
Mandy's the best choice she had. Money.
Yo, dog, that bitch would spin on you.
Yeah.
But she can buy me a G-Wagon, though.
Yeah, after she made you do, like, master slave play or something in the bedroom, you know that bitch is fucked up.
I was literally just about to say, you know that she's low-key racist.
Low-key?
Like,
she's probably high-key racist.
If she saw a minority driving in a fucking nice car, she'd think he stole it. Like, let's just be real.
How can he afford that, Clover?
I'm talking about Jeezy's Clover.
I don't know, Mandy. We're gonna make a lot of out-of-pocket Mandy jokes. I already said.